The first shock comes when you realize, this is the real deal. This is no longer theory, this is practical. We are now in the real world. We are dealing with real numbers, real human beings, and real money. This was the first thing that I realized when I joined corporate, to realize that, you know what? It is different, very different. And today I'm going to be counting down some of the things that they don't tell you about working in corporate. Enjoy this video. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Petty. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. Thank you. If you are new here, go on and subscribe. This month we are talking about all things working in corporate. That is why you are seeing more corporate content, because it's been 1 year since I started my work in the corporate industry, and I've been enjoying it. So just to give you a backstory, I studied business management and entrepreneurship in university, and right now I am the business development officer or the marketing officer or whatnot, but I am the one that comes up with the ideas, or that builds up those ideas, that brings them to life. I market the product, I present that product to the world. So that's basically what I do. And I think for my testimony of how I got here, you can click the link that is in my description, or you can see something popping right on your screen. So without wasting much of your time, I just thought, okay, there are some things that people don't tell us about corporate, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. So continue watching. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is know who you are. Know who you are, stay focused, know why you are here. Because the thing that happens is, when you get into corporate, you are different people coming from different backgrounds. You are taught differently. You have your values, they have their values, they have their way of doing things, you have your way of doing things. So it is always important to know why you are there. I think personally, for me, I always do this kind of thing where I actually go back to why I got that job. I always remind myself to say, okay, I got this because to do certain tasks, that is A, B, C, D, and then I'm here probably to make money, to take care of my family, those kind of things. It is important to constantly remind yourself to know who you are, because there are people from different backgrounds. You're working with different people that have, like I said, their values, and you can get influenced, you can become someone. So constantly remind yourself of why you are here and remain focused. The next point that probably you don't know, or maybe some of you do know, is it's all about money. It's all about money. That's just it. We are there to make money. You are there because you want to get paid, and to get paid and have that dollars. And as well as the company that you work for, there are people that are saying, okay, I want exposure, I want to learn. All those things are great. I'm not looking down upon them, but you constantly have to know that in whatever department you are, it's all about money. Even if you are in marketing, marketing is obviously, even if you are the accountant, even if you are the procurement officer or the loss control officer, all this, everything that, like the whole channel, it is channeled around the concept of we want to make more money. So always keep that in mind. As much as you want to gain experience, as much you want to learn, it's all about money. You want to increase your value, so that at the end of the day, you also get paid more because of what you now know. So always keep that in mind. You are here to make money, not only for the business, but you're also there to make money for you. So it's all about money. The next thing that I also realized is, there are moments that you actually can feel demotivated. There are moments at your job that you feel monotony, like you're doing things over and over again. So it is normal to feel demotivated sometimes, or to feel low, or feel all those kind of emotions, I always see those motivational speakers when they come up, they are like, if you are finding it hard to wake up in the morning and do your job, it is now a chance for you to start your own business, which I am not discrediting. It's okay to start your own business, but if you kind of like check what is happening nowadays, it is a trend where people are going to work 9 to 5, but at the same time they have their own hustle, they are working in the evening, they have their own shops, and they have all those kind of things. So as much as it's more like you have to start your own business, it is not also so bad for you to be doing that and also doing your business, unless you feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to start my own business and go and focus on that. That's still okay, but also I'm just like letting others know that it's okay sometimes, just because it's something that you're doing for every day, months, 2 years, 3 years. It is sometimes you just feel like, okay, I'm just so tired, I don't want to wake up. Or it might just be a week where you're like, I just don't feel like going to work, and it's okay. You're going to feel demotivated sometimes, and it's okay. And another thing that people don't know about corporate is, maybe it was just me who didn't know it. I came from a background where I was doing my own thing. Even if I was doing something, it was always probably me and the other people, and I was like the management. I was the management, the marketing, the whatever. Everything fell upon me. But now going into corporate, I realized that everyone has what they do in the corporate world, and just because you have an idea, it doesn't mean like it just has to be executed. Maybe I have an idea that is coming from the marketing department or the business development officer market department, but there are still other people. So my point is, you have to be patient. You have to be patient, and sometimes what you think is going to take a week is going to take 2 weeks. Your idea that you actually came up with today, and you think, okay, in the next 3, 4, 5 minutes it will be approved. It will then go to the vice director, and then that vice director is going to say, okay, let me just send it to the accountant department so that they can review if this idea is actually feasible, and then that accountant department would then transfer that to the procurement to see that, can this be bought, is this even practical. It would then come back and then so you have to have a lot of patience to know that sometimes what you think it can take a month, it can actually take 2 months, and that's just corporate. This point is specifically for the corporates in Zimbabwe. I want to say that because of our economic condition here in Zimbabwe, job security is not always guaranteed. So that's also something that they don't tell you about working in corporate, especially in Zimbabwe. Job security is not always guaranteed because of just how our economy is. Even if probably retrenchment can actually happen anytime, and not because of anything, but it's just because the structure have changed, the monetary policy, everything, it just keeps on changing, ZIG, US, and all of that. So my thoughts on this are always like, always have something on the side. As much as you're going to work, you should always have something that you're doing, maybe a business or something, that in case of anything, anything can happen. You are not going to start from scratch, you're not starting from zero. At least you are going to start probably at 200, and that's not bad. That's a good starting point. So always have something on the side, because job security is not always guaranteed. Okay, the next point is, you have unlimited, I don't want to say unlimited, but you have access to tools and resources. When you're now working in corporate, it's not only that, all this things that I was saying that I was falling on the negative side. But working in corporate allows you to have access to tools and resources. You gain a lot more. So whilst you are there and whilst you are in that space, you will need to learn as much as you can. You know, there is easy access probably to Wi-Fi, unlimited Wi-Fi. If you're here in Zimbabwe, you have unlimited Wi-Fi, which you can use to do all kinds of things, you know, research a lot, what can you say, just to increase your knowledge. Yeah, increase your knowledge. You have unlimited resources. Okay, you just have resources even from meeting other people, you know, businesses, when you're going to meetings and all those kind of things you learn. So in the end, in the corporate, you have access to tools and resources, and make sure that you utilize them, make sure that you use them, you gain them. If it's connections, make sure that you keep them close. You know, if for example, for me personally, I work in the events industry and I meet a lot of people that are very influential, you know, the managers, the directors, and all those kind of things. When you do that, make sure you build good relations and make sure you keep them close, in case in the future maybe you want to discuss something and maybe you're somewhere and you're like, I know someone, you know. A network is, what do you call it, network. Your network is your net worth. So yeah, have access to tools. And the last and final thing that they don't tell us about working in corporate is you will meet a lot of amazing people. When you are working in corporate, they are your workmates, there are people that you do business with, there are people like suppliers, there are people like your customers, and all those people. You will meet a lot of people that are so amazing, and you will build, you know how it is, we spend about 70% of our time at work, you know, because we practically live at work. I always say that we live at work because every Monday to Friday we spend most of our time, in fact in a week we spend most of our time there. So you will meet a lot of amazing people, and you will make sure, can I say, we make sure, or you will make good relationships which probably you will carry on for the rest of your life. You know, you will carry on with for for a long time. These are the people, like if you listen to my testimony of how I got this job, how one of my previous workmates actually referred me to this job. So that is how it is. When you go there, you meet people that you will cherish and be with for the rest of your life. So that's basically my thing, the things that I think you will learn about corporate, things that they don't usually tell you about corporate. And yeah, this, I think it actually applies more to, I don't want to say that it applies to every corporate, but I just hope you learn one or two that actually applies to, or that you learned that will help you, or that actually applies to your workplace or your corporate or company or whatever. This is what applies to my company, what I've just learned in the past few years or 1 year or something like that. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have subscribed, I hope you have liked, I hope you are showing up in the comment section and just commenting, what do you think, what are some of the things that they don't tell us about working corporate according to your experience. So yeah, thank you, goodbye, God bless you, I love you, bye.